I think we lost connection with Mr. Ram Kadam over there as well. But I would like to thank Ram Kadam and Shaina NC for joining the chat here at News9, providing their perspective of the case. Of course, all eyes are going to be on that 17-year-old Malegaon blast case. The verdict will be out any time now. The big breaking news of the hour is that the judge has said that there's a huge difference between ATS and NIA charges. The prosecution failed to prove bomb placed on a motorcycle. Remember, the motorcycle was named, in fact registered under Sadhvi Pragya, because of which she was initially involved in the case and in that accused list as well. She was blamed for providing the vehicle to conduct this particular blast and also being part of the larger conspiracy of attacking Muslims. Also joining us here on broadcast at News9, Mr. Dubey, thank you so much for speaking to us. We are waiting for the verdict, but what are your expectations, your opening comments on that?
हम भी 17 साल के बाद इस निर्णय का इंतजार ही कर रहे हैं कि क्या होने वाला है। देखिए, दो चीज होता है। एक तो जब कोई निर्णय आता है तो उसमें एक चीज का ध्यान रखना पड़ता है कि कहीं कोई निर्दोष तो इसमें नहीं फंसा हुआ था, या कभी कभी ऐसा आता है कि निर्णय तो निर्दोष के पक्ष में आ जाता है, लेकिन फिर उसके जो साल बीते होते हैं उसका कोई भुगतान नहीं कर पाता। तो अब इसमें क्या है क्या नहीं, ये सब सामने आएगा तो ही मालूम पड़ेगा। बट इसमें जो हमें लग रहा है कि जो जिन्हें आरोपी बताया गया वो कह रहे हैं कि हम निर्दोष है, तो ठीक है, थोड़ी देर में फैसला आएगा। अगर निर्दोष है, इतने साल उन्होंने सजा जो भोगी उसका भरपाई कौन करेगा? तो ये सब सारी चीजें हैं। अब जब तक निर्णय सामने नहीं आता, इस पर क्या कहें? हम तो सिर्फ इंतजार कर सकते हैं कि एग्जैक्टली ये 17 साल बाद ये निर्णय क्या आने वाला है। अगर निर्णय ये आता है कि सब दोषी हैं।
मिस्टर दुबे, बड़ी बात यहाँ पे ये भी है ना, 2011 में जब NIA केस टेक ओवर करता है और जब विटनेसेस से वापस स्टेटमेंट लिए जाते हैं और 40 विटनेसेस जो हैं उसमें वो हॉस्टाइल हो जाते हैं, तो एक बड़ा प्रश्न चिन्ह तो वहां पे भी बनता है।
तो वही हम कह रहे हैं ना कि अब कोर्ट का निर्णय आने दीजिए। निर्णय आने के बाद ही पता चलेगा हुआ क्या था। महामहिम सुप्रीम कोर्ट, हाई कोर्ट, लोअर कोर्ट, सेशन कोर्ट, हम सभी का बहुत सम्मान करते हैं, बट कोर्ट का निकाल जब तक नहीं आएगा, जब तक उसका निर्णय नहीं आएगा, तो क्या कहें हम, बताइए।
और ये जो कॉन्ट्रडिक्शन जिसके बारे में जज बात कर रहे हैं कि ATS और NIA की जो चार्जशीट्स हैं उनमें कुछ डिफरेंसेस थे, इस बारे में आपका क्या कहना है?
तो अभी एजेंसियां क्या कर रही हैं, क्या नहीं कर रही, इस पर भी जांच होनी चाहिए। निर्णय के बाद पता चलेगा कि अगर ये सब दोषी हैं तो फिर मतलब दोषी हैं तो क्या इनका इन्वॉल्वमेंट था, निर्दोष है तो क्यों दोषी हुए थे। अब ये जब तक कुछ आएगा नहीं, हम इस पर कुछ कह नहीं सकते। सिर्फ हम इंतजार करने से, आप देख रहे हैं वैसे हम देख रहे हैं।
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल। दुबे जी, हमसे जुड़ने के लिए, हमसे बात करने के लिए आपका बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया। द बिग ब्रेकिंग न्यूज इज आउट, लेडीज एंड जेंटलमैन। वी आर रिसीविंग सम इनपुट्स कमिंग इन स्ट्रेट फ्रॉम आवर सोर्सेज. We are learning that the judge has said that there is a huge difference between ATS and NIA charge sheet. The prosecution failed to prove that bomb was actually placed on a motorcycle. There's no evidence of storage of RDX at Lieutenant Colonel Purohit's house. Also, that there's no evidence RDX being brought by him from Kashmir. So these are some of the staggering breaking news coming in with regards to 17-year-old Malegaon blast case. The judge has spoken. The initial reports of the statement coming in from judge, we have it here for the viewers joining us on News9. For those who have just joined us, the big verdict will be out today in a short while from now. Speaking about the accused in the Malegaon blast case, we've been waiting for this big verdict for 17 long years. Today, we will see whether those who have been accused will walk out free or not. But at the moment, the initial statement from judge is out that we have collected here for the viewers of News9. We have received that the judge has said that there has been contamination of evidence. Bike does not belong to Sadhvi Pragya. Remember, she was blamed for providing the vehicle, the very vehicle which was used for carrying out the bombs to conduct the blast in Malegaon. Now the judge has said that bike does not belong to Sadhvi Pragya. There has been a contamination of evidence with regards to Lieutenant Colonel Purohit and his involvement in the case. The judge has said that there is no direct proof to say that the RDX came from Kashmir or through him or he provided the RDX. Former IPS officer Ellen Rao is also joining us on the broadcast. So thank you so much for speaking to News9. The judge has said that there has been a contamination of evidence. That very particular sentence, I believe, is a very big one in nature.
Good morning, ma'am, and to all your viewers, and thank you for calling me in this show. And definitely that these must be some remarks by the judge. I don't think that these have been declared as lines in the judgment, but these comments have very much importance and very much effect on the judgment, which is likely to be announced today. And I think that if we observe these observations of the learned judge, definitely we can safely say that this case is definitely going to acquit. And because without any evidence, no person can be convicted in any criminal case. And this is a very important and high-profile case in which definitely there must be solid evidence against the accused persons. Without any evidence, I don't think that anything can be done against them. But it all depends upon the verdict which is likely to be announced. And we cannot say at this stage what will be the fate, but we can just guess and imagine what can be the possibilities in the verdict. So all the evidences have been seen during trial of the case, and the NIA investigating officer of this case, that NIA officials have tried to put their case before the judge, and it all depends upon during trial what inspired, what conspired, or what is brought before the judge as an evidence. For any judgment of any case, any criminal case, a very important aspect is that the evidence which have been come before the judge who is trying this case. So only saying and only political statements cannot, or any you can say emotional feelings or any such comments cannot influence the judge while passing the verdict. So only now we have to wait and watch what is the judgment in this matter. But if we go by the lines of the judge, which are being displayed.
All right, interrupting you over there. My colleague Brijesh Pandey is also joining us live on the broadcast. Brijesh, all right. I think we lost connection with Brijesh over there. We'll try to reconnect those lines. Mr. Rao, I will come back to you for further questions. But we are just continuously getting the breaking news straight from the court sources here for the viewers of News9. Those who have just joined us, ladies and gentlemen, the big statements are continuously coming out. We are waiting for the final word on the case. We will provide it to you here at News9. But as of now, in the Malegaon blast case, the verdict for which will be out in a couple of minutes from now, we have been able to understand from judge's statement that eyewitnesses have changed their statement. There is some sort of contamination in the evidences. I believe Brijesh, my colleague, has joined us on the broadcast back. Brijesh, the big statements are continuously coming out. Where's the direction? What would you suggest?
I think, the biggest, the judge has ruled the verdict. All accused have been acquitted. So I think this is a sensational verdict which has come out as of now. If you go through the findings of the court, one thing is very clear, that the court started by saying, the special judge started by saying that prosecution, there's a huge difference between the ATS and NIA charge sheet. The judge went on to say that the prosecution has failed to prove that bomb was in the motorcycle, was placed on the motorcycle. He said that prosecution failed to prove that the bike belonged to Sadhvi Pragya. They went on to say there is no evidence of storage of RDX at Lieutenant Colonel Purohit's house. They say that there's no evidence that he brought the RDX from Kashmir or the bomb was assembled at his house. And the investigative agency failed to prove that the bike belonged to Sadhvi Pragya. Even the session number was not proved by the agencies. I think there was a contamination of the evidences which was produced, and also the eyewitnesses have changed their statements time and again. So it's very clear that the court said that there is no cogent and reliable evidence that Pragya Singh Thakur was owner of possession of vehicle, and she had become a sannyasi 2 years prior to bomb blast and had given up on material world. So one thing is very clear, Sakshi, that the court has acquitted all the accused. The court have found no merit in the investigation which have been carried out two of the key things which everyone was looking very eagerly to, which connected Sadhvi Pragya Singh Thakur to the Malegaon blast case, as well as Lieutenant Colonel Purohit's role in the case. The court dismissed both the claims, said that the investigative agency could not find any clue that the bike belonged to Sadhvi Pragya. The session number of the bike was also not proved, and apart from that, he also said that there is no evidence that RDX was brought from Kashmir or was assembled at Lieutenant Colonel Purohit's place. So it is big news which is coming in right now. All the accused in the Malegaon blast case have been acquitted by the special court, and the court has come down heavily on the investigative agency, saying that that the evidences have been contaminated, and there's no, the people who have been the witnesses have been part of the entire investigation. They have been changing their statement time and again. So one thing is very clear, that there is no evidence which links two important points. No evidence which links that Sadhvi Pragya owned the motorcycle. The second thing is, there is no evidence which points out that the RDX was assembled at Lieutenant Colonel Purohit's house. Forget that. There was no evidence to suggest that that the RDX was brought by Colonel Purohit from Kashmir to his house and the bomb was assembled there. So it's a big verdict which has come. All the accused have been acquitted by the special judge, and it is very clear that the court has found, and a very interesting also observation by the court, that there was huge differences between the charge sheet of the ATS and the charge sheet of NIA. So all the accused have been acquitted, and it is a big breaking news which is coming on right now, which we are telling to our viewers who are watching News9 right now, that both Sadhvi Pragya, both the Lieutenant Colonel Purohit and other accused in the Malegaon blast case have been acquitted by the special court.